welcome to session 8 in the series Gospels Nation Catalyst. This session is titled Contemporary Applications. Having understood the fact that there are challenges and controversies associated with this proposal, we try to present the challenges and controversies so that we can have a balanced view. I'm sure I will be hearing more from you even as you go through it and as you also put your thoughts into writing. This session will be addressing pain. It's a pivotal session in this particular series because now we wish to bridge the gap of the past and the present and explore how the gospel's enduring wisdom can inform and inspire contemporary nation building efforts. The teachings of the principles of the Gospels, as we have seen so far, has presented to us a timeless blueprint to address the complex challenges of our nation and the nations of the world. So we shall therefore uncover the practical steps individuals, which is you, communities, nations, can take in implementing these ideals in the present day. First, let's talk about nurturing faith in public sphere. In an increasing secular world, nurturing faith actually in the public sphere can be seen as something that is bold and yet is a necessary step to take. The Gospel's mercy of love, like we have seen so far, compassion and justice has the potential to reinvigorate public discourse and policy making. And this is that leaders who openly acknowledge their faith and its moral guidance can inspire a sense of shared values and purpose among citizens. In a time when we are having Christians who are not authentic, we need leaders who will rise up and acknowledge the principles of the scripture, the principles of the word of God, especially as they are Christian leaders. Acknowledge it and try. The challenge might be in upholding them, but by the grace of God, if they commit themselves to the practical principles, you will see that God will give them grace. As long as they pray along, God will give them grace to be able to uphold the principles. So leaders should not be afraid to nurture faith in the public sphere by first declaring their faith and the principles of their faith, which are able to transform any nation. You see, faith-based organizations can also play a role, in communities that they are. They have a critical role to play in addressing some social issues. Let's look at it from providing humanitarian aid, to offering support to the vulnerable in society. Let's say we're going to orphanages, aiding them. So these groups that are not governmental organizations, NGOs, they can serve as a beacon of hope, embodying the gospel's call for the care of the least amongst us. So when you do this, you see that has a way of striking chords or even a chord in the lives of the leaders of the states to begin to see what they ought to do. That's number one. Number two is fostering interfaith dialogue. In a world that is marked currently with diverse, religious systems, interfaith dialogue is very essential because when we do that, we not only are encouraging ecumenism, but a dialogue of how the situations of the country can be better off, not isolating themselves from the political, because the political is even controlling the religious in a way. And if the leaders of faith are not stepping up to come together to discuss about this, it has a great effect, in the lives of the members of even of the church. Besides, the gospel people encourage, we engaging with people of other faith in a spirit of respect and cooperation. Jesus mingled with others who were not from the Jewish nation, but the Jews initially, they isolated themselves away from the Gentiles. But Jesus didn't do that and just encouraging disciples to take the message to them. So we too can engage with others, in a spirit of respect and cooperation. And this will now help to foster that dialogue of understanding, among the communities. And when they now come together, they work together, they will be able to address global challenges, such as poverty, conflict, and environmental sustainability. And also these interfaith initiatives can also now play a crucial role in promoting peace, reconciliation, drawing upon the gospel's message of forgiveness and love for one another's enemies. So this will help us to have a better society. That's number 2, which is fostering interfaith dialogue. Then number 3 way of applying the gospel teaching is addressing contemporary social issues. Friends, the gospel message provides actually a timeless insight into addressing contemporary social issues. It actually calls us to tackle present challenges such as poverty, inequality, and discrimination within a commitment to justice and compassion. Policies and initiatives that are rooted in these principles can help to lead to a more equitable and inclusive society. For instance, when efforts are made to combat human trafficking, that we have seen over the couple of years, and then when efforts are made to promote education, that the Christian religion also encourages, and also to also provide health care to undeserved communities, it can go a long way to inform those around that we care. There is a caring for the vulnerable and the marginalized. So you see, this will go a long way in addressing social issues. So this should be done. Then number 4 is encouraging servant leadership. In one of the past, we shared talk about the concept of servant leadership that just talked about in Mark 10, that he came not to serve but to serve. If our leaders can grasp this leadership principle or leadership concept of how to lead, you can see that our contemporary leaders will be able to draw inspiration from the gospel's model of leadership. They will not prioritize the needs of their constituents. They will be able to lead and foster trust. They will be transparent, and there will be a sense of this shared responsibility amongst the leaders. Friends, I want to let you know that when a servant leadership is encouraged, this approach will particularly be relevant in our world where we have citizens who are increasingly demanding for accountability and ethical leadership. So we should demand from our leaders this accountability and ethical leadership, because this servant leadership is what can help to bring about the response that we need. And then the 5th part of how we can apply or practically use these gospels as a way to build our nation. Verse 7 is to empowering individuals and communities. So the gospels empowers individuals to be agents of positive change. I hope you agree with me. Check the scripture. What gospel is not about. It's not a religion. It's a way of life. So when you are a member of the Christian faith, you are meant to be one who can exude positive change, within your social sphere or within your circle of influence. So whether through act of kindness, through act of volunteering or advocacy, individuals can make a difference in their communities and the world. So this empowerment now can now lead to a groundswell of positive actions that collectively can contribute to nation building. When you are doing your own, I'm doing my own, my is doing their own, we are all about bringing about a positive change. You see that all of this put together will lead to a massive change within our nation. And additionally, we also have supporting grassroots initiatives and community-driven development projects, and they align them with the gospel's call to love one another. You see that the effort to address our local challenges and to build a stronger foundation for nation building will be something that will come to reality. What we have shared so far is to look at some ways we can do and apply the gospel's teachings. And these principles, like I said, they may look ancient in its own way, but you see, they have been able to help us to have impact in the past, and we are sure they are guiding stars for us in our present day and even for the future, because they remind us that faith, love, compassion are not just mere sentiments, but they are potent forces for positive change. In our conclusion, after this, we will have the complete part of this series. We're going to also summarize the key takeaways of this whole series, and then we'll be inviting you as our audience to please engage in a very thoughtful and a very reflective action that will help um, to echo the age call for us to love our neighbors and also to build a more just and a compassionate world. I hope to see you in our next session. Please, if you are new, please hit subscribe button. If you are not new, hit the like button. Share this series and other parts. Please go, if you have not watched others, watch others and do well to pray for this country. And we are sure it will be better. In order to make country, pray for your country and pray for the entire world. Let's hope for the best even as we live here till Jesus returns. Shalom.